The humble cinema that in many of our country towns we have a cinema or a theatre or a hall that doubles as a cinema. And showing films has been something that, well, nearly a century of this has been occurring. From the silent movies of the 1920s to the massive thrillers that we've seen on our screens. And South Australian Senator Rex Patrick is calling on the federal government to make an immediate commitment to provide financial support to this ailing industry, particularly given the termination of the Jobkeeper program at the end of March. 41 of South Australia's 51 cinemas are independent cinemas, and many of them small and family businesses. They need ongoing support if they're going to make it through this current economic crisis, said Senator Patrick. He said prior to the pandemic circumstance, independent cinemas hosted more than 27 million visitors nationwide and contributed some $250 million to the economy. And that is a significant part of the entertainment industry in Australia. Over the past year, box office takings are down 70%. People simply just don't go out into those confined places anymore. I think that's maybe the reasoning behind it. Now, when one looks at what Rex Patrick's is saying here for South Australian cinemas, most of whom are family-owned businesses, seems a practical suggestion and maybe a good one on the surface if you take into account the fact that the federal government has recently helped the tourism sector and the airline sector. But is there a case to be put forward here that maybe we don't need cinemas? We have massive home cinemas. We've got the situation where those people that are producing films, in the main, are not producing films that last in cinemas. They seem to go to Netflix or some other streaming service pretty quick after they've hit the box office. And when you do want to go to the cinema and you're looking for a film to go to, how do you find something that, well, in my case, your wife wants to go and watch with you on a romantic wedding anniversary night out? She'll say to me, I don't want to see that, it's too violent, I don't want to see that, there's way too much explicit stuff in it, that is too much going back into the mythologies and whatever, and I'm just not interested. What happened to the good quality romantic comedy? Yes, maybe the problem is that the filmmakers are not hearing and seeing what the public wants, or is it that people just want to watch things in the comfort of their home and not go out anymore? Whichever way, Rex Patrick wants to save some cinemas in South Australia, those 51 cinemas, and he believes that the federal government should help in doing that. We'll see whether or not his plea gets up.